What are some deeply unsettling facts that you know? Terminal lucidity is the return of mental clarity or memory or consciousness shortly before death. This happens to around 10% of people with dementia. Fuck dude, I'm so sorry. What a lovely but terrible story. My grandma was in a care facility for the last year of her life, due to dementia. My uncle and mom have a bad relationship and were arguing in her room over what needed to be done for her, and she yelled at them in the most conscious manner, "Chuck. Heidi. Stop fighting this instant," and then passed right there. She didn't recognize any of us for weeks before this. Good to know why that happened. It's actually pretty nice to die knowing who you are and where you are. Not so nice for family filled with false hope though. Both my grandfathers experienced this a few days before passing away. My grandfather experienced it as well. I was with him when he became lucid and asked the doctors what was going on. It basically said this happens sometimes a few days before death, you need to prepare for your final goodbyes. My grandfather did as well. It was the night before he passed. After sleeping for days and not eating/drinking or communicating, he woke up full of energy, had a nice snack, talked and laughed with the family. He went to sleep that night and deteriorated quickly. In the 1800s a lot of dentures were made using the teeth of dead soldiers. People used to scavenge battlefields pulling the teeth from the dead. After the Battle of Waterloo it was advertised that the teeth were from the battle like it was a novelty. And there was so many teeth available after Waterloo that scavenging for teeth was no longer profitable for those in Europe anyways. It was advertised because the dead were largely young men, and so presumably the teeth were still in decent condition. The world's most prolific living serial killer is a man called Pedro Lopez. He was convicted of the killing of 110 girls. But he claims he has raped and murdered over 300. His current whereabouts are unknown.